Um, Good evening. My name is Star Jackson, and I'm starting a new channel, and I'm gonna share it with you with the Word of God from the books that I've read, and mainly from the Bible. But I'm gonna talk more about my experiences on how all these things happened and why did they bring me to the fact that I became a follower of God. And I'm going to share with my personal testimony, and I'm going to let people know what it is to be with God, to follow God, and to feel His grace, and to feel His power, and to feel His strength, and to feel His Spirit pouring in you day by day, and hour by hour, minute by minute, and just throughout the whole year and throughout a lifetime. You know, as probably you know, in the Bible, there are a lot of heroes. Let us not call them heroes, but there are a lot of people who are worth to look at as an example in your life. And that is one of the greatest things that I love to do when I go through the Bible and I find those heroes for myself that become a great stronghold upon whom I start building my life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't have any kind of a hardships, or I didn't go any kind of a trial, or I was not meeting an attack prepared by the devil, and I was not in a trap where he trapped me and he knew my weaknesses. That's why he could trap me in that trap that he prepared. And I'm not going to tell all of that because it's going to be a lie. But I'm going to tell you this. I've been through all of that. But today I'm alive because God saved me. And that is the key point I want to make, that through all the hardships that you go, you're never alone if you know who's standing next to you. Now pay attention to this. As I told you, I'm going to share with you with my testimony that will testify with the presence of God and how I came to God and how I came to know God. First of all, thanks to my family. First and utmost to my mother, who day and night was praying so that her kids in the future would meet God and become part of God's big family. I thank my mom for just knowing God and for just praying for us with my brother so that we come and recognize the Lord as He is in His grace, in His power. Now, I've been a lot of things. Once in a while I was at church, but not constantly, not always. I'm not going to say that I was a believer, a true believer, when I was, let us say, 15 or 16 years old, but I was in and out of a church, someone like a visitor. I could come to church, listen to the sermon, and then leave and go into the world. But one day, a particular day, made me who I am today, and I'm proud of that. But I just want to underline one thing. That within those periods, I never ever forgot about God because I had a constant thinking. I was just constantly thinking about the Lord and trying to understand, what does He want from me to do. There was not a second that I stopped thinking about Him, even if I was not at church. Not a single minute that I would stop just talking to God in my head, asking questions, and sometimes waiting for the answers that I never had. You will ask why. Because sometimes when God is silent, it means that you're doing something wrong. And I don't understand those people who say, God has left me. God doesn't love me. God is not caring for me. God is not the one who thinks what I'm doing, why I'm here in this spot. But stop for a moment. That's what I'm going to tell you. Just stop for a moment and try to look back what you did that brought you to the place that you are now. And I'm going to tell you, just stop for a moment, because here is the thing. While I was searching the web, and it was quite a long time ago, I came to this poster on one of my friends' Facebook page, or probably that was a page, just a regular page. I was just scrolling up and down, and I saw these. It says, Jesus, pay attention. I thank you for not letting go of me when I let go of you. So basically, we're the ones who lets go. We're the ones who leaves. We're the ones who always are searching for something supernatural. And by our own choices, we leave God. But I want to highlight this point quite clearly. God is not the one who leaves you, but you are the one who leaves Him. Because, He said, I'm never going to leave you. I'm going to be there for you, stand next to you. And sometimes people say that, okay, if I'm not a believer, it means that God doesn't love me and God is not with me. God is with you. If you pay attention at your life, you probably see that how many times you've been saved from a thing that could have been fatal for you, that could have killed you totally in the broad sense of the word, but you got saved. God gives you many chances. God is not the one who pushes you. He never pushes something on you. He never puts that pressure on you. But He's gentle. He knocks at the door of your heart saying, I'm here. Choose me, you're going to leave. But as He created a person free-willed, He gave you a will, of course, to do whatever you want to do, to choose whatever you want to choose. God can warn you once, twice. But when you go and do the thing that you want to do, and that's gonna lead you to a destruction, here God has nothing to do with your decision. Because sometimes we are an outcome of our decisions. We are a result of our decisions. You are what you think. You do what you do. And then you go blame God for that. That's not right. That's not the right attitude to live with. Now you will say, why am I saying all these? Maybe I'm 29 years old and I have not much of experience, but I'm going to tell you this. I was on the verge where I could either be destroyed, diminished, or I could leave. Now, it was my own choice, either to listen to the devil and to die. I'm telling here, not physically, but mentally and spiritually. Or I could listen to the Lord and continue to live by having His Spirit upon me. It was this hard time. 6 months I've been going through spiritual battle. And I'll tell you this, when I was talking to one of my pastors, it was in those times in apostolic church, I told him the story and he said, you know what? The devil knows your weak point. And he's attacking that weak point. And if you let him do that, he's going to kill you in the end. And he was right. But there was not a day that I didn't spend just reading the Bible, especially I was reading the Psalms of David. They were empowering me. And I'm going to be here very precise and I'm going to tell you. These Psalms were helping me to lead. I personally felt how the Satan is trying to attack me when I put the word away and I gave a place to my thoughts where they were just sinking me down deeper into the sea from where I couldn't swim up